Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham arrived dressed in white, symbolizing peace. But once the game tipped off, the tone quickly changed as the physical play began. Grabbing, pushing, and constant contact. What unfolded felt less like a basketball matchup and more like a war on the hardwood. Caitlin Clark locked in with one mission: win this game and hope the Liberty handle their business as well. Only then would a final spot be possible. From the opening possession, the strategy against her was obvious: double-team Clark at all costs. It didn't matter. She brushed past defenders effortlessly and buried her first shot. The Indiana Fever struggled defensively early, and head coach Stephanie White could sense the pressure building. There was no margin for error. Caitlin embraced the responsibility. Every time she crossed half-court, two defenders were waiting. They were determined to eliminate the logo three, shadowing her even 50 feet from the basket. Still, nothing slowed her down, not even triple coverage. The early fouls started piling up, with overly aggressive contact setting the tone. Clark didn't argue. She simply kept competing. The defense was so focused on stopping her that her teammates found open opportunities. One particular rival, second only to Angel Reese in her competitive frustration, had now dropped 12 straight matchups against Clark dating back to college. Caitlin calmly knocked down her first three-pointer. She was just getting warmed up. She blew by the first defender, then the next, and when help defenders collapsed, she fired a perfect pass to the open teammate. Her body language became a weapon, selling shot fakes and creating space. Her basketball IQ looked otherworldly. The rough play resurfaced, another chapter in a chaotic contest. Clark continued delivering cross-court assists while directing traffic like a floor general. When she stepped out for a quick rest, Sophie took charge, pushing the pace, attacking in transition, and battling on the boards as she worked back into rhythm. Then came concerning updates. The Liberty trailed by 6, and the Fever's lead began slipping away. Whether facing one defender or three, Clark kept producing answers, though questionable officiating in the first quarter had Stephanie White visibly frustrated. Everyone could see the plan: guard Caitlin from near half-court to prevent another deep bomb. The odds looked stacked, yet her vision kept Indiana alive. The Fever regained control. A trap came at her. She scanned the floor and countered instantly. Was it finished? Not yet. With laser focus, she created another opportunity, even as updates from the other game offered no relief. The Indiana Fever are still on the outside looking in when it comes to the Commissioner's Cup final. Caitlin Clark checks back into the game, and by now the defense is completely predictable. As one of the top point guards in the world, she reads everything before it happens. She manipulates the floor, pulling defenders to one side and opening the lane for her teammates. Wherever Caitlin moves, the defense shifts with her, and Connecticut falls into the same trap again. The Sun closed the first quarter with a buzzer-beating 3, but Clark stays calm. There's plenty of time to respond. In the second quarter, the physicality ramps up. Hands tug at jerseys, arms reach in, and the contact keeps coming. Before the defender can react, Clark's quick reflexes and sharp decision-making expose the pressure. Her coordination and control set her apart. Back on offense, she begins dissecting the Suns' defense, forcing switches and dragging players out of position. Two defenders converge. She hesitates, changes direction, and keeps them guessing. When she attacks the paint, more contact follows. It doesn't stop on the ball. The bumps continue through every possession. Frustrated, Clark turns to the referee for an explanation, while an opponent chirps from the side. The intensity rises as both Clark and Sophie Cunningham refuse to back down. With complaints getting nowhere, Caitlin responds the only way she knows how, by elevating her game. She dances around defenders, stretches the floor, and creates clean looks for Indiana's shooters. The opposing coach scrambles for answers. Clark drives left to wear them down, shifts right to create space, and punishes the defense with a deep 3. Her movement keeps tearing gaps in their coverage. After another triple, she notices fresh scratches but remains composed. This time, the officiating seems more balanced, and she calmly explains her case before sinking her free throws. The pressure mounts for Connecticut. Clark swipes a steal, fakes a shot, and delivers another perfect assist. Her gravity pulls defenders out of place again, and she slips behind them for yet another scoring chance. She completely takes over the second quarter. The crowd roars, even as updates from the Liberty game keep tension high. Then things escalate. Clark absorbs contact up high and is hit near the face before more players crowd around after the whistle. Tempers flare, and the sequence draws heavy attention. After a lengthy review, officials hand out limited penalties, adding to the frustration inside the arena. Clark answers in the best way possible by knocking down 3 straight free throws. She isn't finished. Hunting another 3, she kicks the ball to Erica Wheeler, but the play falls apart. On the next possession, Clark creates space herself and drills a precision 3, turning toward the bench with pure fire in her eyes. The arena erupts. Once again, Caitlin Clark proves why she's considered one of the most impactful players in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham steps in to support her teammate, playing tough defense and standing her ground when tensions rise. Emotions spill over as the game reaches its boiling point. As the dust settles, the Fever regain control. Then Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu combine for 6 straight points to swing momentum elsewhere. With that, the path to the championship becomes clear.